Thank you. Well, it looks like it's a couple of minutes past the hour, so I think we'll get started. Um, Hi, everyone. My name is Daniela. You've probably received a few emails from me. Um, I am just so happy to welcome all of you here this morning, this afternoon, this evening to the Africa Business Challenge Concept Challenge kickoff event. This is the first time that all student teams, faculty mentors, investor experts, and judges are here with us today. If you'd like, you can introduce yourself in the chat, your name, where you're from. If you're a student, you can say what you're studying, things like this. And now I would like to introduce GBSN's CEO, Dan LeClaire. Dan, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
That's Daniela. I think, and that's great. This is our fourth Africa Business Concept Challenge, and our biggest so far, thanks to the hard work of people like Daniela and Julie and Julianne, who's not here with us this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are. We're thrilled to have 100 teams register, and we'll do our best to get them all started and to get as many to complete the process as possible. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the process near the end. But we started the Africa Business Concept Challenge with a modest objective, and that is to assist African students to incubate and develop business concepts. Right? Now, in the old days, the old Global Business School Network would have said, let's get a grant to do something like this. We'll get it for 2 or 3 years and we'll see what happens and then decide what next after that. But we actually started this Africa Business Concept Challenge to create something perhaps small now, but something that we can grow and sustain over time. We want to be doing this 10 years from now, not just today. So we got a few of our strongest folks together, many of whom are in the room at the moment. And we started to build this experience. And as I mentioned, this is our fourth time and our biggest effort, and we'll continue to grow and strengthen it. One of those people that were in the room helping us to build this from the start is Ricky Moore. And I want to call Ricky Moore out. There he is. I can see him now, and I think they'll spotlight Ricky. Ricky's been with us from the beginning. He's helped us not only work out the design elements, but also he's been working with students and investor experts to help us to get the most out of their experience. Ricky's a professor in entrepreneurship and business innovation at EM Lyon in France. And it's not all he does. In fact, he's also the director of the MSc program in global innovation. And he's an award-winning, not only an award-winning scholar, but he's helped create businesses. One of the things about business schools we appreciate is that people like Ricky have their feet in both practice and in academia. And Ricky, we invite you on to just say a few words of inspiration to the group, and then you can turn it back over to Daniela, where she'll help facilitate the rest of the event. Welcome, Ricky.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Daniela. Welcome, everyone. Great to be back with you for the fourth edition of the Africa Business Concept Challenge. It's a great opportunity to welcome you all to what we hope will be an exciting journey full of learning, networking, and personal development. When Dan started this initiative 4 years ago, he called me up and said, "Hey, Ricky, would you like to help me work on this?" And I thought right away, absolutely. Africa is perhaps one of the most promising parts of the world today in terms of future growth, age dynamics, natural resources, and opportunities for a sustainable future. So it didn't take a lot for Dan to convince me to jump on board and be part of the challenge. And from year to year, it just kept getting better and better, and we're welcoming more and more students to the exercise. I sincerely hope you will get a lot out of it. We've kept track of the past winners and then what they've achieved. We hope you guys will do even better. And we will certainly look forward to working with you, helping you, mentoring you to, make the businesses that you're proposing really sustainable and viable ones for tomorrow. It's a great team at GBSN. I mean, this is a great initiative. So I encourage you to spread the word with your classmates, your colleagues, your friends, your relatives, etc. And we welcome everyone to develop the initiative. So any ideas or recommendations you'll have, uh, we'd be willing to listen to you. So with that, I don't want to hold you up. I'm sure you're ready to get started. I want to say congratulations. I want to say welcome, and I'm looking forward to your development over the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Dan. I hand it over back to Daniela.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky, for those wonderful words. I would now like to turn the floor over to one of our judges, Roberta Blankson. Roberta is an individual consultant for the African Development Bank. Roberta, I invite you to unmute yourself and your camera. There you are.
Yes, I'm right here. Thank you, Daniela.
Of course.
All right, thank you. Thank you everyone for showing up. I'm very excited to meet you all again. This is the second time that I would be a judge for the Africa Business Concept Challenge. And quite frankly, it's always an exciting time for me to be able to interact with all the students and the solutions that they come up with. It is very important, especially in times like this where we face a lot of, a lot of disruptions in how the world works and trying to come up with a new normal for life, to be able to have students who are not only thinking about how they can learn in school, but are also entrepreneurial in their thinking and how they can be able to support global development goals, particularly how it relates to goals such as the Sustainable Development Goals and also the Africa Union agenda, particularly because we are on this continent. And so in this session, I invite you to be very innovative. I invite you to think and dig deep into yourselves, to think about how whatever products, whatever solution that we come up with really creates the most value for our communities, for our societies. Because it's not only something that we do for ourselves, but something that we do for others, something that we can scale up that can transform lives, can transform economies. And I want to see all of us have a great time in this session of the ABCC challenge. So in this session, we wish each and every one a good time, from judges to all the different contestants within different schools. And we invite you to put forward your best work, and let's all have a good time this time around. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roberta. It's always good to have you here. I would now like to invite another one of our judges who is able to join us today, Neredi Adebayo. She is a former ABCC judge, longtime supporter, and she is also the CEO of White Cleon Limited. Neredi, I invite you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniela. Hello, everybody. This is my third time here at the ABCC, and it's so loving to be here. Haven't been here the third time. This year it's gonna be different, I believe, because I'm really looking forward to seeing all the greatest talents that Africa has to offer. It's been an incredible journey for me as a judge, and there's been a lot of learning and sharing, and seeing all the incredibly talented young African entrepreneurs who come in with so much knowledge, and skill. So this year, I'm wishing everybody, the greatest of successes. And really, I am looking forward to seeing the talent, the skill, the competence, and the capacity that you've all built all these years to bring into your business. So good luck, everybody. And it's really great to be here. I congratulate the ABCC team. It's always great and to join you. And I'm really, really excited about what's going to happen this year. I'm really looking at the talents that we have, right now. And I look forward to, to seeing all we have to offer as young African entrepreneurs. So thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you so much, Narati. Always great to see you. And now we are going to turn it over to John Elliott. John is the Dean of the University of Connecticut School of Business. John, I invite you to unmute yourself, please.
Mission accomplished, unmuted, but I am the person that brings us some technical difficulty this morning because my camera doesn't seem to want to cooperate. We are delighted to be part of the GBSN, and I've got maybe 3 messages for you all. First, there's a lot of conversation about networking and getting to know other people and being involved. And I'm here in part because of Dan LeClaire, and in part because of Sumitra Dutra, and in part because of Ricky Moore, and in part because of all of these relationships that have evolved over my many years in the academy. And each of you, as you launch on your careers and as you develop your education, have the opportunity to deepen those roots and deepen those relationships and grow with them over time. So I well relish that opportunity for you. The second thing I want to just share is that nothing happens fast. And I'm mindful of that when I look back at the 1963 summit for the Organization of African Unity. 37 African leaders came together in Ethiopia and had a series of speechifying events. And I've read a couple of them. They're quite remarkable, and you may find them interesting. One that got my special attention was Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, who was the first chairperson of that organization. And he said 2 things. Well, he said a lot of things that really stick with me, but 2 of them are, I think, worth emphasizing. He said, and I quote, "We must live in peace with our former colonizers, shunning recrimination and bitterness, and forswearing the luxury of vengeance and retaliation, lest the acrid hatred erode our souls and poison our hearts." These were the words in 1963, 60 years ago. And at the time, he said, "A century hence," and I quote, "when future generations study the pages of history, seeking to follow and fathom the growth and development of the African continent, what will they find of this conference? Will it be remembered as an occasion on which the leaders of a liberated Africa acted boldly and with determination? And here, think about this, bent events to their will and shaped the future destinies of the African people." 60 years ago, they were looking that far ahead. And we've not gotten there yet, of course, but he had the grace to say at the time, "The union which we seek can only come gradually, as the day-to-day progress which we seek comes slowly, but inexorably along the course." They had a wonderful sense of the future and a willingness to abide. And so 60 years later, we've moved from the African Unity organization to a new African Union in 2002. We're making progress, we're changing. And this program, the GBSN, and this leadership and this competition are all examples of that. And so I'm so excited to be part of this effort in even a small way. And I look forward to seeing the great solutions that you all come to, because the headline is you're addressing local problems with viable business solutions. Congratulations, good luck. It's going to be an interesting month. Take care.
Thank you so much, John. We really appreciate those words. I would now like to pass it over to Darian Teeter, another one of our sponsors. He is the Executive Director of Stand Seed.
Thanks, Daniela. There's somebody also cross-talking. Maybe you can meet them. But hi, everybody. My name's Darius. I think it's my 3rd, maybe 4th year working on the Africa Business Concept Challenge. I am so excited to have a chance to say hi to all of you. Oh, somebody's still out there talking. I'll just keep going. Okay, I'm back. 100 student teams, 91 schools, 21 countries. That is absolutely amazing. I've been a judge on a lot of startup challenges. I've actually never seen this kind of diversity, which is super cool. So congratulations for taking your first step. The second thing I want to say is I've spent my entire life working with the United Nations, working in government programs, working for nonprofits, and I'm so frustrated that it took me until the later stage of my career to really understand that it's actually businesses that you people like you build that are going to make lasting and sustainable change around the world. Small and medium enterprises, this may surprise you, are the backbone of the US and most European economies. Small and medium enterprises account for more than 80% of GDP in Germany and more than 88% of employment. Even in the United States, where you think everybody works for Costco, actually 50% of GDP in the United States and more than half of employment comes from small and medium enterprises, the kinds of companies that all of you are aspiring to build. So I salute you. I'm jealous that I didn't have that brainstorm when I was 18 or 21. So you're already 30, 40 years ahead of me. So congratulations for that. The second thing I want to say is that, and I say this every year, so the GBSN staff are going to be bored to hear this, but it's always tempting to fall in love with the solution that you have in mind for whatever opportunity you're trying to address in your business. And I just want to encourage you to be more in love with the problem or the opportunity that you're trying to address than with the solution you come in with, right? Because we have to listen to our prospective customers. They're the ones who show us the way to product market fit and a successful business. So always remember that. Be in love with the opportunity or the problem, not with the solution you start with. Be open to changing your solution. That's literally what this challenge is about. So take your feedback from your mentors, network with your peers, have an open mind, and think about how your solution maybe needs to evolve to work better. Stanford Seed, we're part of the Stanford Business School. Our mission statement is to partner with entrepreneurs in emerging markets to build thriving enterprises that transform lives. And we do that through 3 programs that we offer in sub-Saharan Africa. Spark, which is for startups that already have a minimum viable product. Aspire, for businesses that are less than $300,000 in revenue. And the Seed Transformation Program, which is for well-established businesses. And it is my sincere hope that I will see many of you join us somewhere along the way on your business journey as you build your business and transform lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darius. We're so happy to have you here back again. And so just a few last minute reminders. Students, you should have all received an email from me on details about accessing your team folder. If you haven't, feel free to reach out to me. And as we conclude today's event, phase 1 is officially open for all students. So you can get started on your projects at this time. And I would like to pass it back over to Dan for some closing remarks.
Thanks so much, Daniela. I know everyone is anxious to get started. Sometimes I think just this opportunity to come together as a community at the beginning here and hear words of inspiration and encouragement from people like Ricky, Roberta, Nereti, Darius, John, and others in the chat I see offering words of encouragement. And I want to say thanks for those words, number one. I want to also just add just a couple of suggestions on my own. I've been perhaps more than other CEOs might in such an experience. I've been involved since the beginning, and I want to encourage you to think about 2 things. And I think one of them is really just an extension of what Darius said. And that is that, remember, it's not only a competition. It's a journey. I think Ricky used those words as well. And the real value is in that journey. And so one of the things I want to suggest, as Darius did, is take advantage of the investor experts, their feedback, and adapt. Think differently about your business idea. Don't be stuck on, as Darius said, the idea, but be passionate about the problem. and be prepared to shift gears and develop your concept. That's what it's all about. It's about developing your ideas, your concepts into something that that could make a difference. The second thing I encourage you to do is really focus in on what makes your business distinctive, right? So as you go through this and you think about the problems and understanding what's already happening in the marketplace, try to think deeply about what makes your business different and how that might be sustained over time, and developed over time in a way that enables your business to thrive. So hopefully those two, along with the advice and suggestions of others that we've had today, get you started. We're excited for you. We're thrilled that you're involved, and we're here to help. Remember, GBSN is a global network. It's a global community that's here to really help develop business locally. So we're here to be with you, to support you, and to address your questions, to help you develop your ideas along the way. Thanks again for being here. And thank you, Daniela, Julie, and Julianne, who's not here, for your work in supporting this experience. Good luck, everyone. We'll hope to see you in the finals.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Great program.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.